This is your Peace News for Tuesday, May 14th, 2013. Silver's trading at $23 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at $119 per Bitcoin. Yesterday was the 28th anniversary of the Philadelphia bombing at the hands of the police. 28 years ago yesterday, Frank Powell dropped a 4-pound C4 bomb on a West Philadelphia row house on Osage Avenue, resulting in the deaths of 5 children and 6 adults. The victims were associated with a group called MOVE that advocated for human and animal rights. Powell has never been held accountable for his actions since he wore a piece of metal on his chest from the Philadelphia Police Department. His colleagues, who had fired 10,000 bullets into the home, faced no repercussions, nor did those who ordered the use of such aggressive force. 7 years prior, the same organization had shot up MOVE's previous residence, also with no consequences. The history of the Philadelphia Police Department and MOVE underscores the harm that stems from granting others authority. If this concept is new to you and you advocate for peace and believe everyone is responsible for their actions, no matter their title or amount of metal on their uniform, I encourage you to read about private defense agencies. Are you tired of the U.S. government killing people around the world? Are you tired of having to pay for their murderous rampage? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin is money that cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. Bitcoin takes the power of money from government and returns it properly to the people. By continuing to use the dollar, you are helping the government. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it. Get started with Bitcoin at weusecoins.com. Kevin Carson writes for the Center for a Stateless Society. There's nothing quite so funny as the sight of authoritarian functionaries of a dying order trying to suppress a revolution they don't understand, and failing miserably. The State Department's attempt to censor 3D printable gun files from DEFCAD is the latest, and one of the most gut-bustingly hilarious attempts by the Lords of Scarcity to wrap their minds around the revolution of abundance that threatens their power. Less than a day after DEFCAD was forced to remove them, the 3D gun files appeared on the Pirate Bay, where they continue to be downloaded with ever-increasing popularity. Attempting to suppress information on the internet just draws more attention to the original information. Thanks to the US government's inadvertent promotional efforts, probably 100 or 1,000 times more people know where they can get Cody Wilson's printable gun files than did before. To them, the internet is just a big series of tubes, and all they have to do is shut off a valve somewhere to control the flow of information. Only, the internet doesn't work that way. Remember Joe Biden's quip about theft of intellectual property being no different than a smash and grab at Macy's? The US government's approach to DEFCAD illustrates the same fundamental misconception. It treats infinitely replicable digital information as if it were a finite, excludable good existing in one physical location that one can exert physical control or possession over, just like a shoe or a chair. Their legal rationale, export control legislation, displays the same conceptual failure. They can't quite grasp that the goods that DEFCAD was exporting arrived in their destination ports around the world the second the files were uploaded to the website. A digital file can be replicated infinitely at near zero marginal cost. The same pattern of information can exist in an unlimited number of places simultaneously. See, I just did that with a copy and paste function. Try doing that with jewelry at Macy's. You can't steal a digital song or movie. The act of replication does not affect the copies already in others' possession, but only increases the number of copies in the world. That's why copying is not theft. Likewise, you can't deny the world access to information by removing the copy from one website. They lack the conceptual tools to understand, let alone fight the new society they're attempting to prevent the birth of. This is why the government's attempts to impose artificial scarcity fail every time, no matter how many times they change the name. So, to you lords of scarcity, represented this time around by your flunkies at the US Department of State and Defense, I have a message. You have no authority that we are bound to respect. This has been your daily update on the peaceful evolution. Watch more on the Next News Network, and for links and videos, subscribe to Peace News at youtube.com/peacenewsnow. For peacenewsnow.com, I'm Derek J, reminding you that peace is the way.